October 31st, 2008. A night I wish with all my might I could reverse. The horrible events described in this are not for the faint of heart, and I do warn you that once you hear this, it'll come for you next. But to understand what I'm talking about, let me rewind 2 weeks prior to the incident. It was a normal day out. My friends and I were sitting outside of the local gas station just screwing around, except Paul. He was really quiet. He had been that way since we dared him to go into the haunted forest. At the time, we just saw it as a harmless prank and didn't believe in such things. We were dead wrong. He stood up, motioned his girlfriend Lacey over to the side to talk to her. We couldn't make out what he was saying, but we heard her cry and run off. When I asked him about it, he just shook his head. I ran up to her, expecting a breakup or something, but she told me that he had said nothing, which was the problem. Since we had dared him to go to the forest, it was like the life had been drained out of him. She was worried that he would try to kill himself. I saw the fear spreading through her eyes. Stay with him tonight. That's probably what he needs. So I dropped them off at his house. His parents were gone for the weekend, and his brother had recently moved out. I said my byes really quick and drove off, leaving as much time as I could to themselves. He just needs some stress relief, I reassured myself, but I left my phone on, just in case something happens. Later that night, I dozed off on the couch watching some old TV show when my phone rang. Trying to reach for it blind, I flipped it up to see who it was. It was from Lacey's number. Why would she call me at going on 1:30 a.m.? I was a little nervous. Hello? I asked, trembling. I understand now. To understand, you must go in the forest, she said in a very low, monotonous voice. Wait, what are you talking about? Come back to the house and look in his attic. Your question will be answered. Then silence. I dropped my phone and rushed to his house. I finally got to his room, and the sight shocked me. Not only was his frozen, decomposing corpse laying in the corner, her body lay on the bed. It looked like she'd been slashed down the chest by an animal. There were no prints to suggest that. Not only that, but it had only taken me 5 minutes to get here. The coldness of her body hinted that this had happened not long after I dropped them off. There was a note on the floor, scrawled in blood. You must join us. Come to the forest. All will be revealed. At this point, I couldn't take any more and bolted. I didn't sleep that night. I had school the next morning. I got to school and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Paul and Lacey were standing on the edge of the school grounds, just standing there, looking pale and hollow, almost dead. It looked like they were coming closer. When they got not too far from me, I noticed something odd. Their eyes, they were black, and seemed like if you stared at them too long, you'd fall forever. I bolted. I've stayed at this little motel inn ever since. Since then, I've seen on the news that their bodies were found. No apparent cause of death was stated. The only thing they came up with is something happened to Paul, so Lacey stayed with him and died from the same thing that killed him. My other 2 friends in the group, Sarah and Sam, were found yesterday in the forest. Sarah was torn limb from limb. The only thing they found of Sam was his blood-stained backpack. They said it was a wolf attack, but I know better, though. I can feel the essence coming from me now. We all heard the legends of the spirits that dwelled in the forest, but we never believed them. I guess when we sent Paul in there, we disturbed their hallowed space that lay untouched for centuries. As I record this now, I feel the icy stare of something watching me, observing my every move. I feel it coming for me. I just thought I'd warn you. If you ever get the warning signs, leave before it finds you.